Good morning, students. Today we'll be talking about chapter 13, and the name of the chapter is Limits and Derivatives. But today we are just going to talk about limits for some time, and then we'll move on to derivatives. And I'll be explaining the meaning of limits and the definition of limits. But first, I'll show you guys the example. Why does limit exist? Limit is a very wide range, okay, and it's a part of calculus that will be coming all throughout the college. Right now it's the basic and the starting thing of calculus. Why did a limit exist? Because I have written down a simple function over here. It's a function. So function is fx equals to 3x. Now this, the value of this keeps changing because the variable keeps changing. I don't know, I'm not certain of what is x, but it keeps changing. X can be, that's why it's called a variable. X is called a variable because it keeps changing. So that's why the value, okay, so we need to study the change in the value of function as the value of the variable in the domain changes. So that's why the limit exists. Now you might be confused, some of you might be confused right now, but I'll solve some example and show you guys how does limit works. Okay, let us take a small example, that is function x equals to 3x. Now let us investigate the function value fx when x is near to 1, because we are studying change in the value. So we are going to go as near to 1. We are not going to go to 1 directly. We are going to go as near to 1. Okay, this is a very simple example. So what did I took x? X was 0.9. So what is, you can put the 0.9 over here and you'll get this. जब आप 0.9 और 3 को multiply करोगे, you'll get this. So you guys can see over here in table 1 that I am going from the left hand side. You know what is left hand side means? If 1 is over here, I'm going from here. ये 0 है, ये 0.9 will be somewhere here, 0.99 will be somewhere here. So I'm going close to 1. From which side? Left hand side, right? So the value, or you can also say this is y. This is also called y. The value is going towards 3. You guys can have a look. 2.7 tha, 2.97, 2.997, 2.9997. And if you guys notice over here, as the value of x is reaching 1, it's also reaching towards the value of 3. Okay, let's have a look in table 2. टेबल 2, अब मैं इधर से आ रहा हूँ 1.1, 1.01, 1.1 इधर होगा, 1.01 और पास होगा, 1.001 और पास होगा. So I am going very very close to 1. Okay, I am moving towards 1. Okay, I need to find the value of matlab limit. Okay, so and then even over here if you have a look, the number or the value or the function is going towards 3. So it's reaching 1 from the positive side and the value is reaching 3. Okay, so even over here if I graph this out, this is the, if you have a look, this ये जो मैं ग्राफ में बनाऊंगा तो मैं ऐसे बनाऊंगा. Okay, you can take this is x and this is y axis, 0,9, 2, 7, plot this over here. So it's going to show like this, and this one is going to come like this. So both the arrows are coming towards what? This point, that is 3. Both the arrows are coming towards 1, 3. Are you guys getting it? Did you got this much? Okay, we are studying the change that is happening, and dragging the change towards something, our goal. So if we have a look over here, this table and this graph, what is this table and this graph is telling? In effect, as x is reaching 1, we say this, it's not 1, equal लिखता अगर equals to 1 होता है. As x is reaching towards 1, जैसे जैसे x 1 की तरफ दौड़ रहा है, वैसे either from left or right, either from left or either from right, as it's reaching 1, the function is also reaching towards a goal, that is 3. So how do I write this? I write limit x tends to 1, x moving towards 1, then the function is going to be 3. So that's how we work this out. Okay, now we'll understand the definition of this. What does the definition say? Let's understand the definition, and then we'll come back to the definition again. A function, you guys can see this was the function, but I can take any function. A function f is said to have limit, that is L. Limit कब होती है? L. As x approaches c, like x was approaching 1, so we are just taking that जब x approaches c can be anything, 1 2 0 -1 3 -3 +1, so c can be anything, any real number. So ये फंक्शन अपने L में पहुंचेगा, जैसे यहाँ पे ये फंक्शन जो 3x था ये 3 में पहुंच रहा था. ओके, जैसे जैसे जो ये x था ये 1 पे पहुंच रहा था, जो ये fx है ये 3 पे पहुंच रहा था. ओके, सो a function f is said to have limit L as x approaches c if fx is arbitrary near to L, like fx was arbitrary near to 3. So when this is near to the goal, that is 3, then we call it arbitrary near. And when this is near to 1, its agenda, that is 1, or maybe we can call c, then we call it sufficiently near. Okay, so I'll read this definition again. A function, any function, it can be any function, is said to have limit. वो लिमिट कब होती है? जैसे मैं यहाँ पे n ना लिख के 3x लिख देता हूँ. इस फंक्शन में लिमिट कब लगाएंगे हम? L as x approaches c, जैसे जैसे x किससे अप्रोच हो रहा है? c पे अप्रोच हो रहा है. जैसे यहाँ x किस पे अप्रोच हो रहा था? 1 पे. ठीक है. If fx is arbitrary near to L and fx is going towards its goal, that is maybe 3, in this function it might go to 3. Okay, for all x sufficiently near to c, and x is getting sufficiently near, okay, near to its c, that is या इसका गोल जो होता है, जो यहाँ पे होता है, जैसे 1 होगा 2 होगा 3 होगा, अगर ऐसा हो रहा है चाहे लेफ्ट हैंड साइड से चाहे राइट हैंड साइड से, इट शुड रीच to C. Okay, so that's the go through the table in your books. Go through the tables, only go through the tables and the functions as well. Table number 4 3 4 5 6 7 8, you'll understand, you'll have a basic knowledge of what is happening in limits. Okay, you'll get it. It's not that hard. Okay, we are just going towards, when x is going towards c and fx is going towards the limit that is supposed to have. Okay, so you can look table 3 and 4 5 and 6 and 7 and 8, that is on page number 837 to 839. Please go through the tables. Okay, and all the table has a function. जैसे ये वाला टेबल था, इसकी क्या फंक्शन थी? fx equals to 3x. Okay, so all the table has function. Go through the function and the table as well. Okay, okay, we'll also go through some of the standard results on limits. Okay, you don't have to worry about this, but we'll go through this together. So the very first one is limit x tends to c, और यहाँ पे कोई भी नंबर हो, जैसे 5 6 7, कुछ किसी भी नंबर पे अगर लिमिट लग रही है तो उसका आंसर हमेशा वो नंबर ही होता है. जैसे लिमिट x to 1 और यहाँ पे 5 दे रखा है, तो माई आंसर इज गोइंग टू बी 5. सो व्हाट डज इट से? लिमिट x टेंड्स टू c, टेंड्स बोलते हैं इसे, टेंड्स मतलब हो नहीं रहा है, इट टेंड्स टू c, इज अल्फा, वेयर अल्फा इज अ फिक्स रियल नंबर. सेकेंड वन इज limit x tends to c x to the power n, then always remember that x will be when I find the limit, then x की जगह कौन ले लेगा? The limit is gonna go away as soon as x की प्लेस कौन ले लेगा? c ले लेगा. जैसे यहाँ 2 है, x tends to 2, so what is my answer going to be? 2n. okay, और पावर लेट्स से 5 है, तो 2 की पावर 5. so who's gonna take the place of x? c is going to take the place of x. okay, and if it says limit x tends to c fx equals to fc, where fx is a real polynomial in x, okay, it's very understood that whenever it says, okay, I'll explain you this one, that fx limit x tends to c and fx equals to fc. What is c? Now C is this part. And how does this work? Where fx is a real polynomial in x. Okay, I'll explain you this through example. Let's say fx is a real polynomial in x, that let's say this is the polynomial. Okay, x cube only in x. Now think about it. If in place of x I tend to put c, so what is it going to be? If I just tend to put c, so it's going to be c ka cube. Don't you think that fx and fc is equal? The only thing is x की जगह किसने ले ली? c की जगह इसने ले ली. Okay, so that's why they have written when, where fx is a real polynomial, there is no other number with this. Okay, no other number with this polynomial, so this is going to be equals to this. This one also, limit x tends to c. If the function is x, then my answer is also going to be c. How? Because whenever you take c out, only x, I'm not saying any other number. So when I put c in place of x, let's say fx is equals to this. Okay, and then in place of x I kept c, so what is it going to be? This. So can you see this and this, both are of them are coming equal, right? So both the limits are going to be equal. Let's study some algebra of limits. So if it says limit x tends to c and alpha is getting multiplied with this function, so what happens? This alpha, or any number, alpha is any number, let's say 2, 3, 4, 5, then 2 comes in front of this and the limit only goes with the function. Limit only goes with the function. Limit cannot go with any number. Okay, even if limit goes with any number, like this, limit goes with any number, let's say 5, the answer is going to be 5 itself. So that's why whenever there is a number coming with the function, before the function, then we put it in front. Okay, for example 2 aa raha hai, and then whatever the limit is getting, I am getting, like iska limit ढूंढ के मुझे 3 आया. So what's my answer? My answer is 6. Okay, so when I have this kind of limit in algebra, that is limit x tend to c and then fx plus gx, तो हमेशा क्या होता है, ये अलग अलग लग जाएगा लिमिट fx x tend to c plus limit x tend to c gx. So it doesn't go together. It can go together as well, but the limit also can be shifted to both of them. Okay, so limit can be shifted to both of them and then solved. And same for subtraction. If there would have been a subtraction over here, it would have been you could have just given limit to both of them and made a subtraction sign. Same for division and same for multiplication as well. If I have a limit x tend to c 1 upon, this is the polynomial or this is the function, so the limit doesn't have to shift with the number. The limit can go like this, limit x tends to c, and limit can go with the function like this. Okay, it doesn't have to go with the number, because I told you with the number is going to come in as the answer. So no point of putting limit with this lt x tends to c, nothing. You can't put this, okay, because the answer is going to come 1 itself. Okay, so this is one of the algebra of limits. The second one is limit x tends to c fx and the power is n. Remember this. So for example, limit, मैं पहले limit का function का limit भी find कर सकता हूँ, limit x tend to c and then fx, and then I can multiply with the power, whatever the power is, n or 2 or 3. Just keep this in mind. You don't have to place the power and then find the limit. You can place the power outside and find the limit first. For example, मेरा limit जो भी है, limit ढूंढ के मेरा आंसर 3 आ गया. I'll show you how to find the limits as well. And मेरे power 2 था. Then after finding the limit, then put this one, the square number, and then solve it. 3 3s are 9, and that's your answer. Okay, so that's how you solve this type of. Also, when the questions are coming with the questions like this or algebraic identities से related आ रहे, I'll do the identities and show you guys the identities. I'm just going through the identities right now. Okay, there are some theorems also. One of the theorems is limit when x tends to 0 negative, that is fx, and it will be same as when limit x tends to 0 positive and the function is going to be negative, then fx is going to be negative then. Okay, this is one of the theorems. Okay, I won't go through the theorem because theorem is a one line, so you guys can go through page number 841, but I want you guys to remember this. But the second theorem is most important for this exercise that we'll be solving. As I was going through the exercise, more questions are on this theorem. So theorem says that limit x tends to a can be any number. Okay, a is any number, so x to the power n minus a to the power n and x minus a, the answer is always n a n minus 1. This is the answer. And how do you get the answer? You get the answer by binomial theorem. Binomial theorem is one of the chapter that we haven't studied from volume 1 book. Okay, because that is one of the easiest chapter. So I wanted to do the hard chapters first. So binomial theorem and some of the other chapters that I have left over, we'll do that later on. But this is going to be proven by binomial theorem. Once we get to binomial theorem, but you don't need to understand कि ये formula आया कहाँ से, as you all don't want to actually. So but this formula, whenever this kind of question comes, then you have to use this formula. Okay, so I'll show you one of the question that is related to this. I'll write a question down and then we'll solve it together. So for example, one of the question can be limit x tends to 2, x to the power 4 minus 16 and x minus 2. So what is the formula? A is this number, the number that is over here, equals to n is what? So I'm going to change this, x to the power 4 limit x tends to 2 की power 4 x minus 2. So n, what is n is the power. So what is n over here? I have, that is 4, right? A is what? Into 2, and that is 4 minus 1. So what is my answer going to be? 4 minus 2 की power 3, that is 4 into 8. 2 की power 3 is 8. So my answer is 32. That's how you put this formula. Okay, so whenever this type of question comes, we'll solve some more questions on this, by the way. Okay, don't worry about that. But whenever this type of question comes, we always have to do it with this formula, na n minus 1 to the power n minus 1. Okay, and this comes through the binomial theorem. Once we do the binomial theorem, we'll also go through this formula again, and we'll put this one as one of the question in binomial theorem. Okay, and solve it. Okay, many of you might be scared of limits, but let's start doing the questions from exercise 13.1, and we'll see what kind of questions are coming. Okay, and I'll keep helping you. If I've left down something in the chapter or in the introduction of the chapter, don't worry. As soon as the question comes, then I'll work on the questions. Okay, and I'll do the questions which are important in the video as well. That's why I'm solving some questions from the exercise, not solving from the examples. Okay, so here we go. The very first question that I'll be doing is question number 1, just for our basic knowledge. How to, the question says evaluate the limits. So question number 1, part first, says find the limit, evaluate the limit x tends to 3 and x plus 3. So what, I just have to find what is going to be my limit. You remember we used to do that table, the starting of the video I showed you that table. Okay, so I reach somewhere, like in the first example that I was teaching you, the very first thing that I reach is 3, and where do x reaches till 3. Okay, so what is my answer that is going to come over here? What is the limit that I'm going to get? This is the limit. Okay, so I'll see, this is the function, this is fx. Okay, this is fx. So I'll say जैसे जैसे x 3 के पास पहुंचता जाएगा, तो जो मेरी लिमिट है वो कितनी कितनी होती जाएगी. यहाँ पे 3 पुट कर दो, 3 + 3 दैट इज 6. तो जो मेरी लिमिट है वो कितनी पहुंचती जाएगी? 6 पहुंचती जाएगी. आर यू गाइस गेटिंग इट? 6 इज माय आंसर. जैसे जैसे x 3 पे पहुंचता जाएगा, जो मेरी fx है वो कहाँ पहुंचती जाएगी? 6. तो व्हाट इज माय लिमिट? माय लिमिट इज 6, नॉट मोर देन और लेस देन 6. My limit, it won't cross 6. Okay, especially when I am going towards 3. Okay, चाहे मैं नेगेटिव साइड से आ रहा हूँ, चाहे मैं पॉजिटिव साइड से आ रहा हूँ, 3 के पास, मैं 6 के पास पहुँचूंगा. My limit is going to be 6. What's my limit? My limit is 6. You can understand the word, the meaning of the word also, limit. हमारी लिमिट क्या है, बाउंड्री क्या है ना. सो जो बाउंड्री है मेरी 6 है, कहाँ तक पहुँच सकता हूँ मैं, 6 तक पहुँच सकता हूँ. ठीक है. ओके, लेट्स सी क्वेश्चन नंबर 3, सेकेंड पार्ट. Okay, it says limit x tends to 0 and 1 plus x plus 1 minus x 3 minus x. Now you might be thinking, all of you might be thinking that what can we do in this question. We can just keep the value. If it's much complicated then we have to solve it. I'll do those type of questions also, but जैसे जैसे x 0 के पास पहुंचता जाएगा, so I'll see what's my limit. My limit is going to be what? Okay, so 1 plus 0 plus 1 minus 0 upon 3 minus 0. So this is going to come 1 plus 1 upon 3, that is 2 upon 3. So what's my limit? 2 upon 3. Okay, or what's my fx going to reach? 2 upon 3. Let's see question number 5 as well. Question number 5 says limit, second part. Okay, I'll do the second part. Limit x tends to minus 1, 2x square plus 3x plus 1 upon x square minus 1. Right? This is the question. Now you might be thinking put minus 1 in all of them. I can't put minus 1 right now. Do you know why? Because if I put minus 1 right now over here, then I'm going to get 0 as a denominator. Try putting this. I'm going to get 0 as a denominator, and this equation is going to come not defined, and then I won't be able to find my limit. So what I'll do, I'll try solving this out. I'll try breaking this number. This is a quadratic equation. How can I break this? 2x square plus 2x plus x plus 1, okay, upon x square, x plus 1 and x minus 1. ये फॉर्मूला होता है ना, ए स्क्वायर माइनस बी स्क्वायर, इसका भी स्क्वायर लग सकता, तो ए प्लस बी, ए माइनस बी रख दिया मैंने. ठीक है. एंड देन व्हाट, this 2 and x is going to come common, x plus 1, and over here also 1 is going to come common, x plus 1, and what is down, x plus 1 and x minus 1. Okay, equals to, I am writing over here 2x limit x tends to minus 1. don't forget to put this 2x plus 1 1 bracket में and x plus 1 एक bracket में. Now it's going to be x plus 1 and x minus 1. Okay, what can be cancelled out now? Please have a look. This and this can be cancelled out, right? So what is left now? Whatever is left, limit x tends to minus 1. Now I'll keep the value 2x plus 1 upon x minus 1. I'll keep the value. What is the value now? Minus 1. So I'll see what's my limit. 2 into minus 1 plus 1 upon minus 1 and minus 1. So I'll get minus 2 over here, and this is going to give me minus 1. So what's my answer? What's my limit? 1 upon 2. Okay, my limit is going to be 1 upon 2. आप x में कुछ भी पुट कर लो, -1 से पहले पहले -1 के बाद, बट जो मेरी लिमिट होगी वो क्या होगी? लिमिट कहाँ तक जा सकती है मेरी? 1 upon 2 तक. Okay, let's have a look. Okay, let's have a look in question number 7, the first part. There is no limit given in the question. It says function x minus 2 x plus 2. ये x minus 2 कब इस्तेमाल करना है? When x is less than 0, that is -1 -2 -3. And x plus 2 कब इस्तेमाल करना है? When x is greater than or equals to 0, like 0 1 2 3 4. Now I have to find the limit x tends to 1. Now think about it. x tends to 1, कौन सा वाला यूज करूँगा? Think about it. So limit x tends to 1, I'll use x plus 2 because this is x greater than 0, और greater than 0 में क्या आता है? 1 आता है. So I'm going to use this and I'm going to put the value 1 plus 2 and I'm going to get what is an answer? 3 as an answer. Okay, for the second and third part, try understanding this. Okay, let's have a look in question number 9. Question number 9 says limit x tends to 3, x cube minus 27, x square minus 9. Can you see the powers over here? You know which formula we have to use now? We have to use this formula, xn minus an x minus a equals to n a n minus 1. Okay, this is the formula that I'm going to, this question I'm going to change into this form. Okay, how? Please have a look. X, but over here I don't need this because I need a very simple number without powers. Can you see? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to write multiply by x minus 3, sorry, divide by x minus 3 and multiply by x minus 3, and what will I have? I'll have x square minus 9 over here. Did you understood everyone? What did I do? ये सेम था, अगर मैं इसको इधर शिफ्ट करूँगा, इसको इधर शिफ्ट कर दूंगा, ये आपको दिखेगा मल्टीप्लाई एंड डिवाइड कर दिया मैंने बाय एक्स माइनस 3. ओके, अब इस वाले को, ओके, फर्स्ट मैं क्या करता हूँ, एक्स क्यूब माइनस 3 का क्यूब ओवर एक्स माइनस 3 डिवाइडेड बाय, मैं इसे डिवाइड में चेंज कर रहा हूँ, एक्स स्क्वायर माइनस 3 का स्क्वायर अपॉन एक्स माइनस 3. तो मैंने इसको ऊपर कर दिया, इसको नीचे कर दिया. ओके, नाउ यू गैस कैन सी आई विल पुट द फॉर्मूला एन. एन मीन्स क्या है यहाँ पे? एन 3, a is 3, n minus 2 that is 3 minus 1 that is 2. Okay, divided by n, n is 2, a is 3 into 1, because n minus 1 है तो यहाँ क्या है? 2 minus 1 that is going to be 1. I hope you guys are understanding this. Okay, so this is going to be 27 divided by 6. So when you divide 27 by 6, what is your answer you will get? You will be getting 3 3s are 3 9s are 27, 3 2s are 6, so 9 upon 2. Okay, that's how you're gonna get your answer. Okay, question number 11, second part. Let's have a look what we can do in question number 11, second part. Limit x tends to 2, and then I can put the value of 2 also, but I have to make sure that I simplify. Why? Because if I put 2 over here, it's gonna become 0, you know that, and then it's not going to be, it's going to be not defined. So I'll make sure that I solve this out. So limit x tends to 2, 1 upon x minus 2 minus 2x minus 3 upon, if you see this, I can take x common, so what is left? X square minus 3x plus 2, and then I can split the middle term. When I split the middle term, what will I'll be getting? X minus 1 and x minus 2. So I'm writing it down. 1 upon x minus 2, limit x tends to 2 minus 2, 2x minus 3, and if I break this down, ये x तो already बाहर है और क्या बचेगा मेरे पास? x minus 1 and x minus 2. You can break this down. Okay, we did learn this in the very smaller classes. So if you see in this fraction and in this fraction, what is common? If you notice that the common is 1 upon x minus 2 part. 1 upon x minus 2 is also in this. So what is left over here? Nothing. Minus 4x minus plus 6. Okay, and over here if you need to find the LCM for this, so there is nothing over here actually. There is x and x minus 1. Why? X minus 2 is already outside, so I'm going to find the LCM of this and this. So what's going to be? 1 over x minus 2 x minus 1 minus 4x plus 6 over x minus 1. Is that okay everyone? And then limit x tends to 2. So limit x tends to 2, 1 upon x minus 2. Okay, and then if I solve this out, what will I get? X square minus x minus 4x plus 6 upon x minus 1 and this. Okay, limit x tends to 2 and then 1 upon x minus 2, and then if you have a look, this is again going to become a quadratic equation, which is going to be this, x square minus 5x plus 2. So this is going to be limit x tends to 2, 1 upon x minus 2, and over here if you break this, the answer is going to be x minus 3 into x minus 2 and x minus 1. Okay, now you guys can see this and this are getting multiplied and they are upside down, so they are going to get cancelled. So what is left? Limit x tends to 2 x minus 3 over x minus 1. Now you can put the value of 2, isn't it? So now if you put the value of 2, because now it's not gonna come 0 over here, limit x tends to 2, that is 2 minus 3 over 2 into 2 minus 1, and then you'll get minus 1 over here. This is going to be 1 1 2 2 your 2, so your answer is minus 1 upon 2. Okay, so that's how you solve this type of questions. You break this thing, because if you just put the values over there and if you don't cancel this out, then you won't get your answer. You'll always end up getting that this is a not defined function. That's what you're gonna get. So if you have a look over here, question number 15, second part, I can't put the value of 3. Okay, even if you guys want to, you guys are most welcome to, but again ऊपर क्या आ जाएगा? 0 आ जाएगा. You don't want to bring 0 on the top or below. Okay, you want to solve it and find the limit. Limit doesn't say कि find 0 लेके आओ. No, अगर यहाँ 3 put करता हूँ 0 आ जाएगा. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to rationalize this. Limit x tends to 3 x minus 3 x minus 2 minus 4 minus x into x minus 2 माइनस 4 माइनस एक्स, सॉरी प्लस, रैशनलाइज कर रहा हूँ, तो x माइनस 2 प्लस 4 माइनस एक्स. सो दिस इज गोइंग टू बी, अगर आपको पता है कौन सा फॉर्मूला लगता है, ये लाइन नहीं लगनी चाहिए, ये फॉर्मूला कौन सा लगता है, a माइनस बी ए प्लस बी. सो आई एम गोइंग टू गेट a माइनस बी, क्योंकि स्क्वायर रूट है, स्क्वायर रूट का स्क्वायर होगा तो स्क्वायर तो अपने आप हट जाएगा. नाउ on the top what will I be having? X minus 3 and then x minus 2 plus 4 minus x. Okay, now you guys can see this very carefully. Limit x tends to 3, this is going to be x minus 3, and same as it is I can write x minus 2 plus 4 minus x, and below over here I'll get this is going to become minus 4 plus x. So this is going to become 2x minus 6. But you know very well, limit x, that x minus 3 can be written, I'll write same as it is, x minus 2 plus 4 minus x, and then 2 can be common out. So 2 can be common out, x minus 3 is left. So this and this can be cancelled out. So there is 0 तो चले ही गया. अगर मैं 3 पुट कर देता 0 आ जाता, पूरी वैल्यू 0 हो जाती. सो इट्स बेटर कि मैंने ये हटा दिया, कैंसिल आउट कर दिया. कैसे? ब्रेक करके. ओके, सो व्हाट इज लेफ्ट विद मी? लिमिट x टेंड्स टू 3, देन वेर एवर यू सी x पुट 3, 3 माइनस 2 प्लस 4 माइनस 3 over 2. So which is going to give me limit x tends to 3 will give me 1 plus इसमें से 1 आ जाएगा upon 2, and that is 2 upon 2, and my answer is going to be 1. Okay, that's how I get my answer for this type of questions. I hope you guys are getting, there is nothing complicated in this. Okay, so please do understand the questions that I have done and try doing some questions that are for homework and enjoy doing them. Have a good day everyone. Take care.